After 5 years of marriage, Isabella's husband slaps the flowers right out of her hand.
Don't call me honey. You make me feel disgusted.
He turns to his mistress, snatches a divorce agreement from her, and snaps at Isabella to sign it quick and get out. The mistress smirks.
Here is a $1 billion contract. Carson signed it with the Jacobs Group.
Isabella is so angry she laughs. She confronts her cheating husband head on.
Mr. Kingsley, you're gravely mistaken. I am the daughter of the richest man in the United States.
As soon as the words leave her mouth, the cheating husband and his mistress burst out laughing. How dare this ugly duckling, some girl who works in a restaurant, brag like that? If you're the richest man's daughter, they sneer, then I'm the president's grandmother. The cheating husband thinks Isabella's lost her mind. He drops to one knee on the spot and proposes to his mistress. Then he tosses his wife, someone he once loved for 5 years, a $1 million compensation. The mistress Sarah mocks Isabella to take the money fast. Otherwise, you poor wretch will never see this much money in your life. But Isabella takes the bank card, hurls it straight to the ground, and signs her name without blinking.
Hope you don't regret this. As for the money, I don't need it.
The cheating husband never sees what's coming next. Isabella spins around, marches to the sidewalk, picks a total stranger, and says she wants to marry him right away.
You want to get married?
When Carson sees this, his ego blows up even more. To save face, he mocks her, "You're so desperate you'd marry a poor nobody? Quit putting on an act." But the man steps forward.
Excuse me, I am the wealthiest man in New York.
The mistress, Sarah, bursts into laughter.
I'm sorry, are you Ryan Jacob?
I am.
Carson scoffs. Any random loser can pretend to be a New York billionaire now? Ryan can't believe people won't take the truth these days. Carson tosses the bank card at them, even more dismissive.
Your chances. Don't contact me anymore. You're now my ex.
What Carson doesn't realize, though, is that Isabella is the biological daughter of America's richest man.
Miss Moore! Miss Moore, please, go home. Inherit your family's fortune.
Even that $1 billion contract Carson just scored, it was all arranged by Isabella's assistant per her orders. And the random stranger she picked to marry? He's the real New York tycoon, Ryan Jacobs. But when they get to the dinner party, the security guards stop Isabella at the door. They don't recognize her.
She is not on the list.
The Moores, huh? The wealthiest and most prominent family in the US?
The security guards burst into laughter. Suddenly, Carson and his mistress Sarah show up. Poor losers love to brag. Now you can't even get through the dinner party door. How hilarious. Sarah jeers. A man standing nearby is amused by their arrogance.
This little punk. You are nothing without Miss Moore's support. You betray her trust? You betray her for some street urchin? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Carson is so angry he's practically fuming. But before he can react, the security guards move first. They tell Isabella to get out immediately. Just as the stun batons are about to hit her, Ryan shows up in time. But the security guards have never seen their boss before.
You are Mr. Jacobs. I'd be J.P. Morgan myself.
They let Carson in without a second thought, then swing a baton at Ryan. But Ryan's assistant rushes over and kicks the guard hard.
Stop! You two idiots! You trying to get fired? Embarrass your boss?
Isabella is shocked. She never thought the random man she met on the street wasn't bragging. He really is New York's richest man. The assistant hurries to make the guards apologize.
Mr. and Mrs. Jacobs, we apologize.
When the charity dinner starts, the guests are all stunned.
Who is that woman?
Even the famous tech tycoons gather around Isabella, flattering her. Sarah sneers in disdain.
She's nobody, she's just a washed-up housewife.
The crowd bursts into laughter. Did the security guards lose their eyes? How did a poor loser like her sneak into the dinner party? They call the security guards over and demand they kick Isabella out.
Ryan Jacobs is my husband.
You really are a clown. That man we met yesterday is a fraud.
The guards grow more confident. They reach for her to drag her out, but right then, Ryan shows up in time. Carson is dumbfounded. How did he get in? Sarah jeers.
Maybe he has sugar mummies. They'll pay anything till they get satisfied.
She marches over, tugs at Ryan's suit jacket, and tries to flirt with him. The crowd gasps.
What a crazy woman.
But the next second, the head of security steps in and stops her. This is Mr. Jacobs. How dare you speak to him like that?
Say sorry.
Sarah is stunned. How could this poor loser be New York's richest man? That's impossible. Carson is terrified. The ex-wife he dumped has actually hooked up with his wealthiest business partner. He drops to his knees in a panic.
I am fine with it, but as for Isabella, she's my wife and you cannot treat her like that. Now piss off.
Then Ryan shows off his wealth and power. He steps onto the stage, introduces Isabella, his wife, Kudaspiskais, to all the high society guests and cancels all his collaborations with Carson. It's a harsh lesson for the arrogant, blind Carson.
Who the heck is she? No money, no power. Why is Mr. Jacob so into her?
Just then, a woman suddenly appears. She walks straight over and clings to Ryan.
Ryan, resistance is futile. Besides, I really like you.
It's Kara. Her heartfelt confession does nothing. Ryan hurries to push her away. I'm already married, stop pestering me. But Kara pulls out her own wealth to bribe Isabella.
Leave Ryan now and you will get 10 million. In addition, if you admit your mistake and slap your face in front of the crowds, there will be another 10 million.
As the daughter of the richest man, Isabella hasn't seen anyone dare to flaunt their wealth in front of her in a long time. $20 million is just pocket change to her. Looks like you don't have much money either, she says. Kara's all about saving face. She can't stand this. She goes to slap Isabella, but Ryan steps in and stops her cold.
I will not let you hurt my wife. I will protect her.
Before the tension can settle, Ryan's grandmother makes a grand entrance. Kara hurries over to curry favor with her. If she wants to marry her dream man Ryan, she needs to win over his family first. With a clap of her hands, Kara presents a pair of diamond earrings as big as pigeon egg.
Each of the earrings, is more than 6 carats.
6 carats each? This must be $1 million. I promise this is maybe the same series as the British royal family.
But she doesn't stop there. Kara pulls out a Da Vinci sketch to show off next. The crowd's just stunned silent.
Man, it's so fascinating.
This gift hits the grandmother right in the soft spot. Isabella finally figures out why Ryan agreed to marry her when they just met. There's a powerful, wealthy woman trying to snap him up fast. Kara pulls out a gold key.
A penthouse in the Bloomberg Tower.
If somebody gets me a spot like that, I'm marrying her on the spot. Best in the West.
All Ryan has to do is say yes, and they'll become family right away. Isabella bursts out laughing. Your family really doesn't have much money, does it? You're treating a shabby apartment like a treasure. Sarah snickers. A $16 million penthouse isn't a shabby apartment.
Isabella, you can't even afford the bucket of paint on the wall.
The guests sneer too. Kara's penthouse must be a luxury top floor unit, they agree. But Isabella just smiles.
Ms. Robbins, are you sure that your luxury apartment is truly the top floor of the apartment building?
She pauses, then adds, you know, the entire Bloomberg Tower has 99 to 100 floors. Those top floors are worth $100 million, and they just got auctioned off recently. The crowd is dumbfounded. How does a poor woman know so many details? The truth? Isabella is the one who bought those top floors. Kara is instantly embarrassed.
Yes, it's not the top floors. It was sold when we started looking for it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Ryan hurries to tell Isabella to stop provoking her, but Isabella isn't backing down. Not when Kara has been pushing her around.
She's no comparison to me. You're right, I would never compare myself to you.
Isabella stands up, picks up the apartment key from the table, and hurls it to the ground.
This just really isn't worth all that much to me.
The grandmother, already furious from what she's heard, slams her hand on the table.
Lady, that is quite enough! What do you have?
You're just a poor woman who washes dishes. How dare you act so arrogantly here? Just then, Dave, the Moore family's butler, makes a grand entrance.
David Smith? The chairman of the North Group?
The crowd gasps. Could someone from the richest family in the country really be here? Dave snaps his fingers and his staff immediately presents a gift.
A natural red diamond.
The guests' eyes nearly pop out of their heads. None of them have ever seen such a large red diamond.
Jesus. Not even an old-day British king owned one of them.
The snobbish grandmother's eyes light up. This is her ticket to fortune. But the diamond is just an appetizer. Next, they present
The Wrath of the Medusa by Theodore Jellicoe.
No way! Right out of the Louvre? Just crazy, just for this?
On top of that, there's a luxury villa in Beverly Hills.
The price of that mansion is 5 times the price of the penthouse from Kara.
At this point, why didn't they just give her the entire world?
Carson and Sarah can't believe it. How could a poor woman like Isabella afford these gifts? Carson even dares to confront her.
Isabella, have you been lying to me?
I never lied, you just never asked.
Carson's kicking himself with regret. Isabella adds one final blow.
Oh, and by the way, all of these gifts were going to be for you.
Sarah still refuses to believe it. She must be pretending to be part of the Moore family to show off. What no one expects is that someone is pretending to be Isabella. Lydia, the illegitimate daughter that Isabella's uncle only recently recognized. She's been using the title sole heir to the Moore family to swindle people at auctions.
Ryan, what do you think?
But Ryan is unromantic. He makes it clear he's already married. Lydia flies into a rage and threatens to drive Ryan's company into bankruptcy, but Isabella isn't scared. How dare Lydia act tough in front of the real heir? With the North Group's support, making Ryan the richest man in the US wouldn't even be a problem.
What? The North Group? You can't do that. Are you crazy?
Lydia keeps pretending to be the richest man's daughter, but no sooner does she finish speaking than Butler David steps forward to shut her down.
Of course she can. She can literally tell me to fuck off and I'll do it. She's the owner of the Northern Group.
Lydia's boast backfires, and she's publicly humiliated by the real Miss Moore. Carson can't believe the poor woman he dumped is actually the heir to America's richest family.
Isabella, why'd you hide your identity?
Did I? You never trusted me. That's your problem.
Isabella had loved Carson sincerely for years. She willingly hid her identity and helped him build his wealth step by step, only to find out he's a selfish, ungrateful man. Even now that Isabella is married, dozens of wealthy, handsome men still swarm around her, asking for her hand.
Isabella, I've come here to propose to you. As you know, I have property ownership in a museum, a construction company, and an entire island. We'll be a great couple. Would you marry me?
But no matter who asks, Isabella turns them down, because she's already found her true love. This short drama is The Divorced Billionaire Heiress. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll cover more fun, exciting short dramas, and see you next time.